Hey, welcome back to Open Smoke, all about barbecue. I'm Becky, and today I am making some cheesy jalapeno meatballs that one of my sisters challenged me to make. Only I think they should be called nacho meatballs because you've got almost all the nacho ingredients in here. We've got 8 ounces of my favorite sharp cheddar cheese, kind of diced up, and I have 3 fresh jalapenos, all finely diced up. And in the bowl here already, I have half a cup of crushed up tortillas and poured about 3/4 of a cup, little less than, over them and let them kind of soak up all that milk.
Wait, crushed up tortillas or tortilla chips?
Tortilla chips.
Okay.
Oops. Thanks there, favorite taster / cameraman.
You're welcome.
Yes, tortilla chips. So, all crunched up nicely, tiny little bits. And then I have 2 pounds of ground beef. This is some grass-fed and finished ground beef, so hopefully it won't be too lean for our meatballs. Personally, I like nice fatty ground beef because otherwise you might as well just save time and throw some hockey pucks on the grill. So, got 1 pound going in. I'm gonna kind of try to break this up a little bit too as I put these in. And here's my 2nd pound of ground beef going in. Got my cameraman making weird faces at me. Is there a problem?
Oh, I was just wondering where this meat is sourced from.
This is some of the Mesquite Acres farms. Farms?
Mesquite Acre Farms.
Yeah, okay.
Mesquite Acres.
Acres, plural.
Yeah, our buddy Justin.
Yes. And so we're just going to put all this in, and then I am going to start seasoning this up. I'm just going to use a nice amount of salt. It's probably going to end up being close to a tablespoon because I've got 2 pounds of ground beef here. And I want it, don't want it overly salted because there is some salt from the tortilla chips already in there as well. And of course, black pepper, one of my favorites. I'll put about the same amount actually of pepper as salt. And then I'm going to sprinkle in just a little bit of garlic powder. This may end up being about half a teaspoon to a teaspoon for 2 pounds of beef. I don't want it too garlicky. Now we're going to add in our cheese, our finely diced cheese here. All that yummy sharp cheddar going in. And here's my 3 jalapenos. Hope this doesn't get too spicy for me.
I'll eat it, you can't.
Oh, I know you will. Yes. Yes, my favorite taster will definitely do that. And so then we're just going to kind of mush this in all together. That's a technical term. Technical kitchen term there, mush. Get some of those, get all those tortilla chips all picked up from the bottom, mushed in. This almost looks like it might be too much cheese. Not that you could ever have too much cheese, but I don't want it falling out of my meatballs, which is could be the problem. We'll see. I'll just try to get it all worked in. And I'm gonna take a few minutes to make sure this gets really worked in, and then we'll start forming our meatballs here in a second. Okay, so now I'm going to start making my meatballs. I like them to be of a somewhat generous size. They're probably, I'm pretty to the point where I can kind of eyeball it and get them to be about 4 ounces. We'll see. Maybe I should have had my scale over here to weigh and see for sure. But so we're probably going to get out of these 2 pounds of ground beef, we should get 8 to 10 meatballs, depending on how big you make them. I'm hoping for 8 because I like big meatballs. Then I'm going to finish making these meatballs, and then I'm going to set these in the fridge to let them firm up a little bit while I go get my grill all ready and set up. Kind of the way I do with my meatloaf when I smoke it. I put it in the fridge for a little while once it's in the pan to kind of help it form that shape. And then I will see you out at the grill. Okay, so our fire is ready. I'm keeping this between, at least kind of between 375, 400. And cameraman's moving all around over here. I didn't know where he was. Now we're just gonna put these all on. I got 10 out of this. 10 meatballs, I should say. And some of them are nice and big, quite large. We're gonna put them on the cool side.
My,
Someone on the cool.
meatballs you have.
I was wondering what you were gonna say there.
I almost tripped over my own words.
Yeah, you did. A little bit. Okay, so in about 15 minutes, I am actually going to check them and brush on some barbecue sauce on these lovely, yummy meatballs. So we'll do that in a second. Okay, so we've got some of our sugar-free Head Country barbecue sauce that we are just gonna brush a little onto our meatballs. They've been cooking about 15 minutes at around 400 degrees. I think we had a little heat spike there for a little while, but that's okay. It'll be just fine. They'll get nice and done super quick. So we're just gonna kind of glaze them with this barbecue sauce a little bit and let them finish cooking until they're about 160 on the inside. So we'll check them again in a few minutes. Okay, so we just checked these a second ago, and these are at that nice 160 degree internal temperature, so they are ready to be pulled off. And then we are going to let them cool down, rest a little bit, and bring in my favorite taster to try some.
Yes!
Okay, we are ready to taste and bring in my favorite taster.
Yes!
So, come on in. I think I have an idea of which ones you'll probably want.
Really? Which ones?
The big ones.
The big ones, of
This
course.
is the big one. This one looks nice and like it's got some
They
nice
both look-
char on it.
Yes, they look delicious.
I figured you might like.
Oh yeah. All right.
So let's get those all tasted up.
Okay.
Oh, I just served up 2 for each of us.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm just going to dive right
Because I
in.
figured
So, open these up.
just taste it.
And yeah, well,
Hopefully
we'll
it's
show the
cooled down
camera.
enough. You don't show the camera.
I'm showing the camera. This is a cooking show. Right? I always have food with my salt.
We have more barbecue sauce if we want more sauce on them. Sauce
Okay.
got nice and
Yeah,
smoky.
I'm going to try it without additional sauce. You can definitely see the jalapenos and the cheese inside. Mm-hmm.
it's a little hot.
What was what was a pleasant surprise is the tortilla chips, the crushed tortilla chips are noticeable. As opposed to, like, I was kind of thinking it would have a meatloaf type consistency and you don't necessarily pick up on the breadcrumbs per se. But I like the...
You can taste the tortilla chips?
Okay.
I couldn't.
Yeah,
Maybe not
I
in the
can pick
bite
up
I
a
had.
hint of it, yeah, for sure. The only thing is fairly prominent, not in a negative way whatsoever. To get a little bit of a kick from the jalapeno.
I don't know, I'm really tasting tortilla chip. Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm tasting the jalapeno, but not in an overly spicy way. They're actually
No.
pretty good.
And maybe just based on the distribution of how the chips ended up in the meat pile, so to speak. I don't know. Maybe I gotta...
And the jalapenos are
Mouthful.
diced small enough that you don't get like overpowered in one bite even. But I can, I like the nice little flavor of that the barbecue sauce adds to it too.
Yeah. No, this is a hit.
This is
Another
good.
hit.
Yeah.
So what are these called again?
You had to ask right that second, didn't you?
Sorry.
This is why I initially brought in a favorite taster so he could do the tasting and I could keep talking. But then I decided that it looked so good all the time. Why should I just let him taste?
Right.
And then now I get stuck with food in my mouth.
Yes.
So they're called something like cheddar jalapeno meatballs, but I think they should be called nacho meatballs because they've got pretty much all the ingredients. And don't step on Nacho.
No.
Our own little Nacho is right down here sniffing around because he thinks it smells really
Hoping
good.
something hits the floor.
He's made little cameo appearances in a few videos. I don't think he made it in this one, did he?
No, I don't
he was
think
outside
so.
with
We'll
us,
play the
but I
tape
don't
and know later.
We'll know later.
So,
nacho
fantastic.
meatballs taste really great.
Yes.
Don't take super long. Took total of maybe 30 minutes on the grill.
Right.
Including the first cook part, and then adding, I like the barbecue sauce on it. You don't have to put barbecue sauce on, but I think it adds a nice little extra flavor. So they're not totally low carb because of the tortilla chips.
Nope.
But then we used the sugar-free sauce, so that sauce is actually kind of low carb. It's only like 2 grams of carbs per serving if you're trying to be low carb, which we should probably do here a little bit. But yeah, tastes really great.
Fantastic.
Favorite
You should
taster,
try it.
favorite taster approved.
Yes, very much so.
Thank you so much for watching. Give us a like and a subscribe, and we will see you next time.